Alright, welcome to the video that is going to explain why I don't submit to the leaderboard anymore. And also, why, quite frankly, no one should really submit to this leaderboard, if you ask me. I'm surprised people still do. I've made it clear that the ban policy is the main issue I have. I have a number of other issues as well, regarding leaderboard structure and rules and such. But the main issue is the ban policy. And we'll start with some general points, and then after that, I'm going to go through some of the evidence presented for some of these bans and explain why I think it doesn't really make sense to have these bans on the leaderboard for this evidence. And this video is going to show that some of this is actually pretty egregious. For some of these bans, there is basically zero evidence. They've just been banned for, we could assume the reason, whether it's prejudice or just ignorance, who knows. But there's some pretty egregious shit. But first of all, some general points. When you look at the bans, you know, the ban thread, I'm on the thread as we speak, banned users, that's about what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 posts on here. You know, bans aren't a big deal. Not many people get banned. The post was made to deal with cheaters, which is fair enough. You know, the leaderboard, you want to keep it legit. If people try to get around, you know, the rules by cheating, then they should probably get a ban. First issue is, of course, that there's no transparency, even for the very first ban on there. There's absolutely no indication of who has made the decision to ban this person. You know, did anyone vote on it? Was it a decision just by English Ben? And secondly, there's no indication of how long the ban is. Is it permanent? We assume it's permanent just because there is no indication. Is there any chance of appeal? We've already seen Anti got unbanned after a couple of years due to appeal. There was no indication that he had the opportunity to appeal. There was no indication of how long his ban was. Was it ever going to be lifted? This is all stuff I would like to see in a ban process normally. I would wish that we'd be able to see who made the decision and get more clarity on the length of the ban, and obviously what appeal opportunities there are, because there clearly are appeal opportunities in these bans. But let's get into some of the individual stuff. First two bans are cheating bans, so we'll ignore those. First big ban there is this group of Polish individuals who are allegedly banned for being involved in a group that were racist, homophobic, transphobic, and even attempted to dox and hack several members of our community. So, very interesting, of course. First of all, interesting point, obviously, is that you wouldn't think this is a good reason to ban someone from a leaderboard, because what does this have to do with them submitting time and that time being valid and their videos being legit? Nothing, obviously. And that is also going to be a common theme with every single ban that I am going to go through. But more than that, even if we assume that some of these points are valid reasons to ban someone from a leaderboard, they don't even apply to all the members in this group. Now we're going to go through the evidence document here. There's 3 incidents. The names are listed here. First incident, I'm not going to read it aloud because this video is not really off that scale. I want it to be done pretty quickly because I'm lazy as fuck. So, first incident is doxing of Anti. And a number of them, I believe it was Touch, Pavlox, Mick, and Ark involved in this incident only. It even says right here. Very nice. Who essentially donated to Anti, got his name from PayPal because public information, and then Googled to find his Facebook and shared it between them personally, privately. Now, obviously, it's not nice behavior, is it? They did apologize afterwards, which, according to the document, is not sincere, but there's really no evidence that it's not sincere. But we can ignore that. But anyways, it's not nice behavior, you know, trying to get someone's Facebook to share it around. It's not the end of the world either. And it certainly has nothing to do with the validity of the runs they submit to a leaderboard. You know, it may be people you don't want around in Discord, for example. I could see it justifying a Discord ban. Second incident is chat messages in a Polish speedrunning marathon Twitch stream. Now here we get some more individuals involved, like Asakif. And this is the first, this might even be the most egregious thing that I'm going to mention in this whole video, is the Asakif ban. Now you notice he's mentioned in the list of banned people, but I can promise you the only piece of evidence against him is these 2 lines. Now the 2 lines, I'll read it. I would help, but I don't know how to shit talk them. This is the evidence. Which I don't know what you'd call it, intent to shit talk. I'm not even sure what the charge would be here. Like, what is the? As far as I can tell, he was banned for personal reasons. There's really because this is not a ban with a reason. This is not even enough to get banned from literally anything, as far as I can tell. He doesn't even say anything bad about people. He just says he wants to. He wants to shit talk someone. Brilliant. The rest of it is pretty bad shit, including but not limited to the N-word, the F-word, some transphobic language, trans slurs, not necessarily transphobic, said by all the individuals. Of course, said about members of the GTA speedrunning community, which is why it's relevant, allegedly relevant. And there's some pretty bad shit in there. You can read it yourself if you're interested. Not all that good. Translated from Polish, of course. The third incident, again, another quote-unquote doxing incident, which is where they acquired the name of Kamix and told him that they knew his name. This is what the evidence says. There may be more to it, but this is what the evidence says. Again, not super egregious, but obviously uncomfortable. Could be seen as harassment. Trying to, tell people that they have his name. Maybe even be perceived as threatening, depending on what you are. This is the total evidence. Worth mentioning as well that the user by the name of Jedroy420 or whatever, is also only mentioned a single time in 3 lines in this whole document. These 3 lines here. Again, say what you will, but if this is significant enough, and especially if this is significant enough to get banned from the leaderboard, then I don't know, man. I think this whole community is going to get banned very shortly. First piece of evidence. Pretty egregious stuff being said by some of these people. Is it enough to get your runs invalidated on a leaderboard? I'm not sure, but that seems to be the opinion of the moderation. Second document, GTA Speed. Now, this document is a waste of everyone's time, and I would just skip right to the end because I have read the whole document, and you can read it yourself if you don't believe what I'm saying. But there is only one line which could possibly be interpreted as ban-worthy, which is this line here, which is trying to say to any new people in the community that we can stop this and make this fat, talking about English Ben here, make him get cancer, drown himself. I just don't know. I'm also toxic. Now, this is transcribed from a YouTube video and then translated from Russian to English. So I can't verify that this is the optimal translation, of course. But we can assume let's assume it is serious. I'm pretty sure no one in that right mind would assume he's being serious about this. But if we assume it's serious, obviously it's bordering on a death threat, trying to encourage people to get him to drown himself. I don't know. We're stretching it a bit here, but I see the point. And again, English Ben, obviously a member of the community, which is why this allegedly is relevant. I'm not sure how it's relevant to his runs being removed from the leaderboard, but again, this is the evidence. Now it gets worse. Now we have these 2 people. I'm not even sure these 2 people have even submitted to the leaderboard. There's nothing to indicate that, which is even more insane, actually. They might not even have ever attempted to submit to the leaderboard, and yet they're banned for it. What they're banned for is, again, saying some not very nice things to our good friend English Ben. And they have been banned. Also for posting some gore videos in the Discord, but if that warrants anything more than the Discord ban, then shit is really getting too far. That's for sure. This is the bad shit that's been said. Again, not worse than anything we've already seen in the documents. It's pretty rude stuff being said, of course. And this apparently warranted a permanent ban from submitting speedruns to a leaderboard. Now we get to, some might say this is the most egregious one because this is just pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic that this ban has been issued. Now, I'm not going to go for every screenshot because it's exactly the same thing in every single screenshot. It is messages, DMs on speedrun.com to moderators asking for them to check his records. Now, as much as moderators do this voluntarily, they are what upholds the leaderboards at the end of the day. They, if you can't deal with a little bit of someone spamming you with, not even spamming necessarily, but messaging you regularly about verifying runs, if that is enough to make you say permanent ban from submitting, I'm sorry, you're not cut out for this, man. Like, you need to find something else to do with your life. Moderating isn't for you. You're gonna have to deal with people like this. It's just it's the fact of the matter. Anyways, permanent ban, of course. That's just how they run it. And now we'll get to the last one. Like I said, I want to keep this short. I've already been going for like 10 minutes. Jesus. What happened here is there was a person that was banned, since unbanned because he was unfairly banned. Good to know they can correct some mistakes at least. Instantly banned for cheating, by the way. Not even banned for anything retarded like you've seen in this video. Banned for cheating, unbanned again. But Masakovsky was not very happy about that, the ban. So in a private Discord, he wrote a message in Russian, calling it a letter to Englishmen, where he said, again, some not very nice things. The theme of this video, people saying not very nice things to people in the community. And this, of course, was screenshotted and shared on speedrun.com forums by someone that was not Masakovsky. And instead of banning the person that shared it, the person that wrote the original message in the private Discord got banned. And this goes back to another point in the original Polish speedrunners document, which is a lot of the messages used as evidence is private Discord messages that have been leaked. Now, if you think of the implications of that, of the things that happen in private Discords, if that gets leaked and things like shit-talking people in a private Discord suddenly becomes something that gets you banned from an official leaderboard of speedruns, then I don't know, we can stretch this out to an infinite amount of people all of a sudden. It really has quite serious implications for the validity of a leaderboard. And that's almost going to be the final conclusion, if you will, to this video, is that if this is the policy by which people are banned from submitting to a leaderboard, is there really any reason to be part of it? Like, you can never look at a GTA leaderboard on speedrun.com and know that it's legit because of the way that people are banned. Because people are banned for doing nothing, literally nothing, by the way. Because people get banned for asking moderators to verify their runs. People get banned for typing in private Discords. People get banned for absolutely anything that they want, that the moderators want. There's no transparency whatsoever, and the bans can't be appealed, and they are permanent. It makes no sense. GG.